Welcome back, YouTube. Today we're going to look at 5 basic no-gi sweeps against a standing opponent. Joris, one of my students, is helping out today. We're going to show you the sweeps. Going to start off with really basic sweeps and end up with some variations. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching. Luis. Okay, so we're going to look at 5 basic no-gi sweeps against a standing opponent. Now, the fact that they're called basic sweeps doesn't necessarily mean that they are super easy or that they're not very valuable at a higher level when you're a bit more advanced. So please stay tuned. I actually saw Gordon Ryan pull off one of these basic sweeps in a very high level competition. Can't remember the exact competition. If you know it, let me know in the comments. And he also has instruction on the latest. We're going to do the tripod sweep. So I hope you stay tuned and enjoy these sweeps. So the first one, we're going to look at controlling both of Joris's feet with my feet. So I want to make some active hooks and I want to make sure that my knees are pointed to the outside. If at any time I get a proper angle, I get control, I get my knees on the inside, it's pretty easy for Joris here to pass over to full mount directly. So I want to keep some tension on my knees. It actually also makes it very easy, especially with my lead leg, my front leg, to switch up and play shin to shin, which I really love to play as a guard, open guard system against a standing opponent. But for now, I want to look at 2 heels controlling both of his legs. If I have a hard time reaching a second leg, I just have to angle a bit to get to the proper direction. So I want to control both of his heels. I want to pull with active hooks on his heels. I'm going to push on his legs and follow up. Now following up, we're going to see that with all of the sweeps, if I just push him over and then stay seated, I don't score any points and yours just gets back up and I still have to play guard here. So the follow-up is pretty important with every sweep we do. So control both of his heels. I can push on the knees. I could also opt to push on his hips, but for me I prefer the knees so I can switch up with the shin to shin and I don't open up too much and reach out too much. But just let's look at it for once. Control his heels, push on his hip, and follow up and start passing. For a second sweep, we're going to do the exact opposite. Now my feet are going to control the backside of his knee. And I'm going to control his heels with my hands. If you're a bit further away from your opponent and you cannot reach his heels, you just have to simply scoot in. Or if you're almost reaching, you just make a small scoot and get close. Control both of his heels. Now same thing applies. If I want to sweep Joris and I'm just going to push my legs straight through, I actually give him full mount for free. So I have to keep my knees on the outside. If he wants to sit into full mount, I actually have tension. I can easily switch up. If he goes forward, I usually tend to just switch up for single leg X. And if he wants to step away, my hooks here are super sticky, super tight, so it's pretty hard. Control both of his heels. I'm not going to push forward. I'm going to more so extend my legs to the outside and follow up. Now, if you just follow up with 2 feet together and just focus for a second on my end. So here, if I just come up here, I'm not stable. Yours is just going to sweep me back or get back up. So I either want to roll to a combat base or go up, go to one shin like this, and immediately go starting for a scoop, double scoop pass. Now, the reason why I like this sweep so much is because it ends up with the inside positioning for your legs. So what I mean is, when I control both of the backside of his knees, I'm going to do this sweep. I could opt to not go on top and score my points and start passing, but to just make the sweep, cup his knee and start attacking for my leg locks. So that's the first 2 sweeps. 1 controlling the heels with my feet, and 1 controlling the backside of his knees with my feet and ending in inside position and passing. For a 3rd sweep, we're going to do something different. I'm going to place my feet on his hips. So he's standing, I kind of call this the MMA sweep because you see it more in MMA. In grappling, I'm kind of scared to just put my foot on his hip because it gives him a nice time to do some leg drags. But in MMA, I want to make sure that he doesn't just start striking me and pummeling. So I want to keep my distance and I can use my up kicks to get some offense going. Now, in this scenario, if I grab 1 foot, we're going to look at that later. We're going to do a tripod sweep. But for now, I want to get both feet. I actually keep pushing him until he comes forward. And then I just let him go, grab both feet. I'm going to push, and either get my legs in between to work his guard, like so, get in between and start working and passing again. Or try and go to full mount, but that's pretty hard. Just going to show you once. Same thing, push on the hips, grab the heels. And now if I want to go to full mount, I have so much weight to go forward. I either try and get my shin to the mat and get a top position, but I would settle for guard and just scoring my points in inside position. So the 4th sweep we're going to do is going to start off in a different position. We're going to look at close guard. We're going to first watch the sweep, and I'm going to mention something that might happen to you from his counterpart. So first off, we're in close guard. Every time Joris tries to stand up in my guard, I always get some possibilities to sweep. So for now, he goes up all the way, and I control both of his heels. I'm not gonna drop my hip and leg curl. I'm actually gonna push off with my hips and my hamstrings. Now, if yours is leaning forward like this, yeah, it's super hard to do this sweep. So if you have trouble drilling this, make sure your partner goes all the way up. He actually wants to go all the way up because he wants to push my knees off like this. And that's when I grab his heels, yeah, so he goes past, and I lift my hips and I go up immediately whilst pulling his heels like this. Boom. Switch my knee and try to work my way to full mount. Now, if, let's go big bet, please. If he leans forward, yeah, I usually want to maintain a grip on him. He goes up. In gi, I grab the gi. I'm actually going to switch my guard, grab his leg, and go forward with like wader sweeps, pendulum sweeps. So the more he leans forward, the more he opens up for sweeps in that direction, the more he stands up. The harder it is to sweep in that direction, the easier it becomes to sweep into that direction. So it's a basic sweep, but if your opponent leans in too much, it's going to be pretty hard. Okay? So our final sweep is actually troubleshooting one thing we've been struggling with, is getting both of his heels. So for this sweep, I only get to control one of his heels and place my foot, toes pointed outwards, on his hip. So the whole sweep is just going to be this. We're going to go for this leg in 1 second. If he doesn't step, he just stays here, the whole sweep can be applied just by pushing and pulling here and getting up. Now the sole reason I need to control the secondary leg is if yours just steps back with that leg, he maintains his balance. So it's hard for me to reach the second ankle, so I'm just going to use my foot as a sticky hook here on the backside of his knee. I'm not going to push all the way forward, I'm just going to push a little bit to the angle I'm in. So in this case, my left side. I'm going to push, immediately follow up as we've trained. Boom, get in, start working like knee slice pass or any guard pass. So this one's called the tripod sweep. Yeah? And it solves a problem between getting both of his heels inside-outside position. So in a normal guard situation, I could opt to play, for example, a de la Riva, or try and work my tripod, boom. Yeah? He wants to push the foot off, I go to de la Riva. He pushes the foot inside, I go back inside to go for the first sweep. So it's nice if you switch up the basic sweeps. Now, final detail we're going to do is a tripod variation. Let's do this side. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of this because I really like the estima locks. But for this one, I'm just going to show you, I'm going to switch my foot to the opposite side, which could be dangerous. But I switch up my whole tripod sweep. This leg goes on the other one. And I switch my whole body from this side to that side. Boom. Switch my foot, curl his leg here and grab his ankle there. So we're here, one. I'm going to switch my body to the opposite shoulder. Get this one behind his primary leg. Here. Curl this one, push this one, pull that one, get up and start working half guard. Okay? So 5 no-gi sweeps, basic sweeps against a standing opponent. Yes, some dummy sweeps actually. First one, pushing whilst controlling. Second one, extending. Third one, the MMA one on the hips. Finally, one from close guard standing up and the tripod sweep and variation. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you, Joris, and see you in the next video. Joris.